Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know, it's very different today. This is the couch that is behind where I set up, so the bookcase and the TV that you usually see behind me is right there. I just wanted to have something to lean up against and be comfy. You know, we're just casual, playing with my headphones. This isn't like a makeup video or anything like that. It's just like a life update. I haven't uploaded anything in about a week. I guess I just wanted to give you guys an update on some of the things that are going on in my life, why I've been gone so much from my social media. I have been incredibly busy. I am on my 8th day without a break, a day off from work, and tomorrow I work again. It's currently Thursday the 14th, and my next day off is Saturday. So that's why I haven't really been filming and posting videos as much recently. I work the closing shift, so usually from about, sorry, my face itches. So I'm usually working at Ulta from 4 to 9 or 9:30 or 10. And I always want to have fresh makeup when I go to work, so I usually am just doing my makeup right before I head out the door. And then when I get home, I'm tired and I don't want to play with these right now. Please put these away from where I can reach them. You know, when I get home, I want to spend time with Devin, and I want to decompress and watch some videos and have a snack, and then, you know, do my nightly routine and get ready for bed. So that's why I've been so absent from your life. I mentioned in my May favorites video, which I'll link up here, that Devin and I were looking for a new apartment, and I had gone to see a place that was different from where we're living right now. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. And so then Devin did some more researching around our current apartment complex, and we've decided that we're going to stay in the complex, but we're going to upgrade to the larger 2-bedroom apartment, and that becomes available about the first week of August. So we're going to be moving in the next month and a half or so, and I'm so excited. I love our little apartment right now, but I'm ready for some more room. I'm ready to have a space where I can do my makeup and my filming and not be in his way, because obviously I'm in the middle of the living room right now, and it'd be nice to be able to shut the door, not interrupt his gaming, and he can't use the TV if I'm in here, because the TV is right there. And then to be able to have a space for my school desk, so that I can do my studying and my writing and my homework at that desk, because up until now I've just been doing it at the coffee table or sitting on the couch, which is fine, but it'll be just nice to have our own space. And it looks like there's a lot of entertaining space, because we do have people over fairly regularly. Mostly it's just the guys over to play games, and so it looks like we're gonna have a oh man, I'm sorry. We're gonna have a good amount of entertainment space, so we can still have our game nights and have dinners, and maybe have a real table. A little bit more space to have maybe a table to eat at that's not just sitting at the coffee table in front of the TV. As much as I like doing that, I'm sorry you guys, I worked from 6:30 this morning until about 10:45, and I'm dead. Like, I closed last night, and then we got shipment, so I went and sorted all the pro hair, all the liters and the bottles and the tubes, and oh my gosh, tons and tons and tons of hair product today. And up and down, squat, up and down, lift, drop, unbox, sort, put on the shelves, lift the box, open the box, sort, in the box, into the basket, take the basket, put on the shelves. over and over and over again. It was fine. I enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed my job. I liked being there. I liked being able to see products that I don't haven't ever, used before or had a chance to even research up about. Especially like Diva Curl. It's for curly hair. This is my natural hair, lightly straightened because my hair was in a ponytail. And I got the little ponytail lump going, you know what I mean? It was nice today. I'm just really tired. So, once this is over, I'm definitely going to lay down for a little while. This is my napping couch. It's the perfect length for my body. And I'll never get rid of this couch. My mom offered me their couches because she wants new furniture so that not everything is beige, I guess, in the living room at my parents' house. She's like, do you want these? Or, I'm going to sell them unless you want them. And I was like, well, I am not getting rid of this couch. As worn as it is, I mean, it was a gift from the guy that Devin lived with before we got married. He gave these 2 couches to us. And they're starting to fray a little bit on the cushions. But it's so comfy. It's the best couch for a nap. My Honda, the new Honda that I got, the CR-V, has not been working for about as long as I haven't had a day off, so I haven't really had a chance to really do anything about it. It was fine for, a few days, and then it wouldn't start. And then it was fine for a few days, and I really had to work at it to get it to start, and now it just won't start, period. So we're gonna have to take it into a Honda dealer or a specialized mechanic that can be trusted, which are hard to find. Because my dad, he's really good with cars and mechanics and things, but he's not a professional. He learns by watching things on YouTube, and he buys the operator's manual for all of the cars that we have in our house. So he does his own research to make sure that he can self-diagnose what's wrong with the car, but that's not what his field has been. He's a pipe fitter, so I mean, it's a hobby, but he's kind of reached the end of what he knows how to do and how to fix. So now it's time to call in the professionals and see if we can't get that fixed, because for a while Devin and I were sharing his Corolla and I was taking him to the train, but then I was like, well, my parents have an extra car. Okay, we all have way too many extra cars. It's stupid. And so the Jeep that I drove originally when I was 15 going on 16 and all throughout high school, it's not really being used because my dad has a new truck and my mom has a Mazda. So I was like, can I just borrow the Jeep until we get my Honda figured out? So I've been driving my Jeep. Been driving my dad's Jeep. It's my dad's car. But it's like coming home. I love that Jeep so much, and I plug in my phone and I listen to the speakers that, why did my light just turn off? Hey. You. Rude. My computer went to sleep and it turned off my light. Oh, holy shit, I'm tired. Damn. So anyway, I've been driving my favorite car in the whole world, and it just makes me happy every time I see it and every time I get into it. It's like coming home, and I grin every time I shift and take a turn. I love that car, and when I have $1 million, I'll buy myself one just like it. But I do miss my Honda. Just gotta figure out what's wrong with it. Get it going again. I've had the hiccups 5 separate times today. That's what happens with me. I don't get the hiccups for a really long time. Like, it'll be a couple weeks or a month without having any of the hiccups, and then I will get them several times a day for a few days. I don't know, it's obnoxious. I had them a couple times at work, And then I was at Devin's office and I had them, and then I had them when I was here. I just, lots of hiccups. And I guess the other thing, I mentioned this in my music and mental health video where I talked about Linkin Park's latest album. Well, I think maybe they've released something more recently, but the last album, it wasn't okay. So they released this album after Chester Bennington had died, but it was recorded while he was still alive. It was their last live performance in Amsterdam. And what am I talking about? Oh, and so in the video where I talked about that, I mentioned that I was going to my first therapy appointment. And I know therapy is highly stigmatized, you know, only crazy people or weak people or whatever go to therapists. And let me just tell you right now, if you believe that, that's utter bullshit. I want you to take that thought and that belief, and I want you to throw it in the trash can and set it on fire, okay? Everyone needs help sometimes. Everyone needs a little bit of support, and that support can't always come from family members or, you know, drowning out your feelings in alcohol or burying yourself in video games or anything like that. Sometimes you need to have a professional, someone who's not biased by knowing your whole life for the past, you know, 15, 24, 30, 77, 90 years of your life, and you can just lay out your problems in front of them and they'll talk you through it. And what we've been working on is thoughts. That's what I have the hardest trouble with. Is I have a lot of negative thoughts about myself, and it's been that way for my whole life, so that's what we're working on right now. And yesterday was my third session. I think it might have been my fourth. I can't remember. And it was a really hard day yesterday. I didn't have to, but I was, you know, I told myself to be brave and talk about some traumas from my past, and it felt really nice to be able to just talk about it to somebody who wasn't biased and wouldn't judge me and didn't know any of the other people involved, and just vent out the anger that I have been feeling for so many years about it, and some other problems in my life that I'm not going to like get into any details about this because it is the internet and I don't want things to wind up back to people. I'm not trying to like ruin anybody's life. I learn from what happened in my past and I grow from it. And I change and I become who I am, and I, even if it still hurts, and I don't hold any bitterness towards anybody, but there is still like scarring, I guess. I don't really know how to put it, but you know, there's just some pain that I have been unhealthily dealing with for many years, and so now I'm getting help from someone who can actually help me and is qualified to do so and has received training on how to give treatment just like any other doctor. She's going to help me move through it and learn how to deal with it and how to let things go. And I'm not, like, excited isn't really the word for it, but I'm anticipating the relief that I will hopefully feel at the end of treatment, however long it takes. I guess what I'm just trying to say here is it's okay. It's okay to get therapy. It's perfectly fine. If you want to do therapy and not medication, that's okay. If you want to just do medication and not therapy, that's also okay. If you want to do both, that might be the most effective thing for you. I'm not a professional, I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you a little bit from my own personal experience. Combining the two, getting handles on the chemical part of whatever disorder you might suffer from. In my case, it's anxiety and depression. And also being able to talk through it and get instruction on how to deal with it having that combined together, I think is going to be the most effective. Obviously, it's still really early in treatment, so I don't really know. Like, there's not really any difference yet, because we're still just, like, putting things on the table, just so we know what we're going to work through. But I'm relieved that there's someone that I can be completely 100% frank with and not be judged for it. So, yeah. And if you ever say to someone who is considering therapy that they don't need it or that therapy's for crazy people, you are doing more damage than good. Just support them, because it is a huge step to decide to get therapy. That is years and months and days without sleep, or crying yourself to sleep, or standing on the edge ready to jump, figuratively or, really. Figuratively or in actuality. It just takes a lot of courage and strength to reach out for it. It's not a sign of weakness. It is the complete opposite. It is a huge show of strength. And I'm proud of anybody who's done it, or is considering it, or has set their first appointment, or has written down the number of someone they want to go see. Any step towards healing is a good step. Okay, I guess the only other thing that really I've been thinking about is the new Jaclyn Hill Morphe Vault launch. I can't wait! I'm so excited. I'm just gonna buy the whole vault. I'm hoping that it doesn't sell out like that, because she's got 5 million subscribers, and she's popular, and her, original palette was awesome. I'm just really excited for it. So once I get it, I'll show it to you guys and do a whole bunch of playtimes and looks with it. I do have one video that I'm waiting to film. It's going to be an Ipsy versus Play by Sephora versus BoxyCharm. Sorry, Kathleen Lights calls it BoxyCharm, and that was the first way I ever heard it said out loud, was how Kathleen Lights says it, BoxyCharm, or something like that. So I think it's just BoxyCharm, because that's how it's spelled. Anyway, so the only thing I'm waiting for is my Play by Sephora box, which should be here in just a few days, and then I'll film side by side for those so that you can see which one might actually be worth your money and your time. I'm dead. I'm gonna go take a nap. So, thank you for watching, you guys, and being patient with me. I really, really do love filming and editing and uploading and connecting with all of you. So, I'm sorry for my absence this past week. But also, I'm hoping that you'll be understanding. Make sure you guys watch some of my previous videos. I've got a lot of makeup related videos, and not just here's what's happening in my life videos going on. I'll see you guys later. Subscribe. Bye!